In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about some of the finer details of the announcements page. This is kind of part 2 of our announcements series, and you can take a look at our first video tutorial on our website. So we're going to go ahead and start looking at what you can do with the announcements page. And I've gone ahead and I've created a series of announcements here so that you can kind of see the way that you can organize your announcements. As you see here, I've got numerous announcements that are in the off state. You can, once again, you can notice that they're in the off state because they're not checked and they don't have the green ball next to them as the first one does. The first one is actually active. So one of the biggest benefits of being able to use the announcements is being able to schedule and create your content and then schedule it ahead of time. So I've gone ahead and I've created some, like a spring announcement, a summer announcement, a fall announcement, and a winter announcement. And this is just some basic content that you may want to develop out for your website. And as you see here, each one of them have a start date assigned to them. So I'm just going to go in really quickly and edit the first one. And you're going to see that I've utilized the start date feature and the expiration date feature of these announcements. That way they'll automatically turn on and off when we've assigned. And then I've just added some basic content in there and save changes. Now, if I'd like to take a quick preview, I can easily go out here and click on preview only, and that's going to preview just that announcement. So now I'd like to go ahead and reorganize some of these for a moment, and what I'd like to do is, because I'm not going to talk about these any further, I'm going to move them to the bottom, and it's simply a drag and drop. And as I move these to the bottom here, the content on the page would do the same thing. So the order of the announcements as they show up on the page will follow along with this example. So this makes it very easy for you to isolate and look at individual blocks of content within the announcements section. Now, the announcements can be used very easily for adding other elements to the website. So for example, we've got a new announcement here called weather. There are various weather widgets out there, one of which is weatherwidget.io, and we're going to use that particular one today to show how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in another window here, and this is for weatherwidget.io, another website. And it's a very easy website to use, and we're just going to go in and set a location. So in this case, we're going to fill in Ann Arbor, and it's looking up that information right now until it finds Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I'm just going to select it. Right away you see that it pulled in some information. So we're also going to go ahead and set the units here. So the units being the whether it's pulling in Celsius or Fahrenheit, and you can see here that it's pulling in Celsius right now. And we're going to change that to USA Fahrenheit. So as you can see, it's a nice 48-degree day here in Ann Arbor. So now I want to get the code for this widget, and so I'm simply going to click on this button that says Get Code, and it allows me to copy it to the clipboard. And now I can close this. And now we're going to return to the website, and we're going to go back to our announcement here for weather and click on Edit. And we're going to come down to the editor window. Now the first thing that we need to do is click on the button in the upper left-hand corner here that's called Source. When I click on that, that allows me to paste the code in that I had just copied from that other website. So when I go back to my source view, it just simply says Ann Arbor weather. However, when I click on Save Changes, and now I have to remember I need to make this active, then I can go back to my home page, and you'll see that it put a nice weather widget right on the page for me. It's very attractive. It shows up very nicely. We feel like this particular widget works nice with the website. So adding these third-party elements can actually enhance the content of your website nicely. So we're going to go back and do a second one now. So we're going to go back to our edit site pages and our edit page for the home page and back into edit announcements. And we're going to look at the next one, which is a countdown clock. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this one into view. And for this example, we're going to go ahead and use a website called timeanddate.com. Now this is another third-party website that is good for creating free countdown timers for your website. And you might be asking, well, what would I want to use this for? Well, a lot of administrators like to use these countdown clocks for leading up to an event, up to a reunion, or up to some sort of a gathering. So what we can do is scroll down in here and we're going to customize one of these countdown clocks. And in this case, I'm just going to set my month to February and the date to the 1st. Excuse me, I'm not going to make it February. I'm going to go to May the 1st of this year. And I would like my format to be a 2-liner. And so down here you'll see this is where they're showing the clock and how it's currently formatted. And then you can change your different background themes. So there you go. You just have to kind of play around with how the formatting is for your website. I chose an orange one here. That'll look good with my website. You can change the size of the countdown clock as well. So that made it to their very small, and this is their very large option, which I think I'm going to go with a medium. And then they give other types of customization information here as well. And really, you can play around with the different settings that they offer, as some of the options out there from the different third-party options may be different. The most important part is that once you're done, you can come down here to the bottom and go to where it says Show HTML for Countdown Timer. And once again, it gives you an iframe, a little bit of code here that I'm going to select, and now I need to copy it. And so I can right-click and click on copy, or if you use keyboard commands, for me that would be Command C to copy this. So I'm going to move that back off to the side, and we're going to come back to our countdown clock and go to Edit. And once again, I need to click on Source before hitting Paste, and then Source again. You will see that it's just a blank box, but that's okay, because it's just showing that there's a frame that's embedded, and you need to hit Save Changes. And now we need to make the announcement live, and I can go back to the home page and see that there's now a countdown clock embedded on my site. So the next bit of content that we're going to talk about is how to add a video. And so we're going to go to Edit Site Pages and Edit Page for the home page and Edit Announcements, and we have one here for video. I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit, and I'm going to bring YouTube over. And in this particular instance, we have a video out there called Adding a YouTube Video. And so what I'm going to do is come down here to Share, Embed, and I'm going to copy the code that is provided. And once again, we're going to come down to the content window, click on Source. We're going to paste that code and click on Save Changes. make sure that we turn it live on the website and go back to the home page, and we will see that the video has appeared. So if you did not notice, there's actually a video out there called Adding a YouTube Video that you can watch as well to give more information on how to add a video to your website. One of the benefits of adding your third-party elements into the announcements in their own designated announcement is that it's keeping the code for those third-party elements separate. And the reason that you would want to do that is that in the case that you may copy and paste incorrectly your code, it can cause problems on the website itself. And this would allow us to see which particular announcement is causing the display problem on your website. And so you would be easily able to go in and go to the edit site pages and edit page for home page, edit announcements, and you'd be able to turn on and off individual widgets to see what may be causing your problem and troubleshoot from there. So this is definitely another benefit of using announcements on your website. Finally, I'd like to go over really quickly how to add a survey to your home page. So we're going to use this one that I've created called Simple Survey, and click on Edit. And we're going to come down here and add just a little bit of content to the page. That's just basically going to say who would like to meet for lunch. We would like to meet up on Friday for lunch, and please fill out the survey if you'd like to attend and give us your thoughts. So down here at the very bottom, we have the ability to turn on, and it says include a survey with this announcement. And we're going to go to add a question, and we're going to say, are you able to attend? And we're going to use this one as a yes or no. And add another question, and where would you like to meet? And in this case, we're going to use the checkboxes and add some answers. We're going to add Applebee's, Champs Pub, park near school, and suggestions. And for suggestions, we're going to use a fill out form so that they're able to put their own answer in. And so between those two questions, that should cover it for here. And I'm going to hit Save Changes, and again I'm going to make sure that I can turn this live, and then let's go to the home page and take a look at how that turned out. So here is our simple survey, who would like to meet for lunch? And this is how it turned out. So they can answer yes or no and give the information here. So, and by the way, we also did create another video for how to use the Survey Maker, which also goes into depth on all of your options for the answer options for your surveys, etc. Please check out that video. Okay, so I think that pretty much does it for the second part of this video for announcements. Once again, I can't stress enough, the announcements section, when used properly, really does help you out as an administrator to keep the content of your website up to date, provide new content for your members to see, and it helps you to organize content that you might use on a recurring basis annually. So I really do encourage you to explore and utilize the announcements section of the homepage as much as you possibly can. With that, I thank you and look forward to the next video. Thank you.